Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to this session on what's new in Canvas. Canvas, as you all know, is one of the most favorite capabilities in CRM, both for us and I'm sure all of you are customers as well, because it allows you to make the CRM interface truly your own. You get to decide the themes and styles, and more importantly, you decide how your data is structured. You get to customize your record pages for every department that accesses your CRM for their processes. Therefore, it's truly a promising capability, one that is easy, immensely useful, and fun to work with too. So, in today's webinar, we'll go over what's new in Canvas. We have Kiran Karthik, a product expert from the CRM user education team, to walk you through the latest enhancements in Canvas. So, by the end of the session, you'll learn how to leverage all the new improvements and make even more beautiful and effective Canvas pages. So, with no further delay, over to you, Karthik.
So thanks, Vag. Hey, everybody, I'm Kiran from Zoho, and I'm joined by the team that builds and ships Canvas updates. We have Vijay, Gobinath, Kaushik, and Selva with us today. The agenda for today is straightforward. We'll have a quick intro where we look at why Zoho made Canvas in the first place. Then we'll go through the different updates one by one. We'll start by looking at the all-new Canvas module views. With this update, users can view the collection of records in a module in multiple ways. Then we'll look at the different additions and improvements to the Canvas Builder. The Canvas Builder, as the name suggests, is where we build our Canvas pages, and it's been enhanced in our July 2023 update. We'll then move to the latest update, which is Sandbox support for Canvas. Now you can freely build and test your Canvas pages without worrying about causing any issues to your users. We'll round out the updates by looking at template sharing across CRM organizations. This was released in early 2023 and helps you reuse your design across different CRM organizations. As mentioned before, we'll have the Q&A session at the end where our product experts will answer your questions. Now, as an added treat, we'll have a quick sneak peek into what the Canvas team is working on right now. This will give you a general idea of what's coming next and what to expect in the near future. So do watch out for that. Let's begin. Why did Zoho create Canvas? Now, before 2014, Zoho was working out of a small space in a big building not owned by us, and we couldn't really change things there to suit our taste or the way we operate. So, we moved to a new place where we had the freedom to do just that. This creative freedom is a core aspect of the way we do work, and so it bothered us that it was not available in our CRM. As many of you may know, Zoho runs on Zoho. So different teams use the CRM internally, and while the existing interface was functional, it was not structured and styled in a way that enhanced the experience of the different teams using it. Over time, we've made upgrades to the UI of the CRM, and while generally people loved them, they always wanted more. They had strong opinions on how they wanted the interface to look and how the data should be arranged and so on. As expected, there was a huge diversity in these opinions. People belonged to different industries, had organizations of different sizes, were located in different regions, and so on. There was no single magical interface that will satisfy all of them. And so we decided to hand the keys over to you, the CRM user. We released Canvas, the industry's first no-code CRM design studio, in August 2021. And now, the ability to create interfaces and deliver personalized experiences for your CRM users is in your hands. Let me give you a quick demo of the difference between a standard page and a Canvas page. So let's go to a contacts record, press Maria. What you see is the standard record detail page. So we have the collapsible sidebar with the related lists, a sticky header with the contact's image, name, tags. Some of the frequently used actions are here with the rest of the actions packed here. And we have the journey builder card. If you use blueprints, that card will be here as well. You have the business card. We've enabled Zia. You'll find those cards here, all the fields, and then all the related lists. Now, let's say that sales reps access this page and do the following. They check notes to get an idea of what their colleagues have discussed regarding this contact. Then they check the timeline to get a more complete idea of what's happened in this record. Now, based on what they've read in these two places, they often share the record with their peers or their managers. As you can see, the rep had to move around, click, scroll, and select from a menu to get their work done. Now, what would a page built for the sales rep look like? How would the sales rep do these tasks there? So let me quickly switch to Canvas view. We're going to the sales rep view. There you go. Notes and timeline are right here at the top, and the share button has been placed here for easy access. The open tasks can be seen here, color-coded by their status. Field details and the lesser used sections are available here. We can build pages like these for other profiles based on the work that they do. For example, let's look at a page for marketers. Let's switch to the marketer view. So here we have a minimalist page for marketers. As you can see, we have the campaigns data right in the center and the rest of the data packed into a tab component here. Now, if you're a manager, a sales manager, you'd want to know more. You'll want to know the work that is being done as far as this contact is concerned. So let's switch to a manager view and see what that looks like. As you can see, all the open activities are present here with the deals present in the bottom right and the closed calls here. Now, if you're an executive, you may want an even more zoomed out / big picture view. So you could create a page for them like this one. This will have a description and important details like the deals that the contact is involved in and the products that the contact is interested in, and so on. Please remember that we are not changing the data in any way. We're just surfacing relevant data and actions and arranging and styling them in a manner that provides a better user experience for your users and thereby improves user adoption. That was a very minimal, a very bare bones demo. We also have Canvas rules where you can conditionally style elements based on the data within a record. We saw that in the open tasks cards. We have reusable components and style presets to help you reuse your favorite designs. But since you're here for what's new in Canvas, we'll jump ahead to the updates. Now, if you want to learn more about the fundamentals of Canvas, please use the Canvas-related resources that are consolidated in this URL. I've shared this as part of my message in the Q&A box. So let's get started with the updates. The first one is about changes to the Canvas module view. If you're a CRM user, you'll spend most of your time in three places. The homepage, which is on the screen right now, this is mostly filled with dashboards, tasks, and so on. When you click on a module tab in the top bar, you'll enter the module view page where you'll see the records of that module arranged as a list. Now, if you happen to click one of those records, you'll enter the record detail page. We just saw this in our quick demo. Well, Canvas was always pretty well stocked for customizing record detail pages like this one. The options for the module view page were minimal. But now we've upgraded the options available to customize this page. So let me show you what was available before and what is available now. Let's quickly go to the contacts module. And here we have the classic list view, tried and tested. Everyone loves it. It's very familiar to those who use spreadsheets. Your records are listed in a row and column format. And this is very useful when you want to quickly identify information related to a record. Next, we have the Kanban view. Now, if you've used any project management tool, it's likely that you're familiar with this board and cards interface. It's especially suited for modules where the records move through a process. So this view will give you a visual representation of your process, while also making it easy to move records across different stages. Classic example is the deals module. Next, we have the canvas views. Previously, this was a canvas view, and it looked something like this. So a stack of records, and within each record, you have images and data arranged in a clutter-free manner. It's really good. But after the July update, you can create three types of Canvas module views: custom list view, tile view, and table view. Now for the first one, custom list view, you can now have beautiful lists like this one. So very easy on the eye, and the records are color-coded using Canvas rules. So I can immediately know that these two contacts came through referrals, for example. Now the next option is the tile view. As the name indicates, your records will be in the form of tiles arranged from left to right, top to bottom. Again, you can use Canvas rules here. So these are our two referral records. We've also used icons to indicate decision makers and users who've opted out of receiving emails. If you have a module where record images are very useful for identifying records, do consider using this view. Examples are product modules and property listing modules. And last but not the least, we have the table view. So the table view can be considered as list view plus. You can style the header and apply odd even styling for your rows if you wish. I'm personally not a big fan of that, so I haven't used it here. You can decide how a row will look when you hover over it. You can make columns sticky if you wish. And there's one major difference between this and the list view, which is that you can add your record image as a column here. The rest of the options are pretty similar. You can sort records if you wish, and you can also filter them. Of course, these filters are available in all the views that we've seen so far. So with these three options, more beautiful and functional list views are possible. To build module views like this, you can go to Setup. Under Customization, we have Canvas. And in the List View tab, you can see the existing list views. You can create one by clicking here. Select a module. Let's take contacts. And then select the type of Canvas module view. So whichever option you select, you have this very useful option to quickly preview it to make sure that you're selecting the right option. Click Create. You can pick from Zoho's templates, or you can take one of your organization's Canvas templates, or you can create one from scratch. This builder is very similar to the one you see for record detail pages. So you have data, elements, and style tabs. The data tab will hold the different fields. The elements tab will have some visual building blocks to organize your data and make it look better. The style tab will allow you to configure the look and feel of the data and elements you've dropped in the canvas. So let me create a tile view from scratch in record breaking time and apply a few canvas views. So I'll change the size with like this. Let's curve the edges a bit. Okay. Let's have a gradient. Let's go for blue. Looks nice. And some green. Okay. Let's add some data. So a contact image. Let's drop this here. Edges are a bit sharp, so let's cover that a bit. Okay. Let's add the contact name. I really don't like the labels. I'll hide it. And I'll add an icon in its place. So let's look for one that works. If this works, great. Let's also add the account name. Again, not a big fan of the label. So let's add an icon for this as well. Which one looks okay? Okay, this one. Yep. Okay. Let's move this a bit. Yeah. And then let's add, let's go with the section. Let's make this smaller. Let's move it up here. And let's insert the email address here. Let me hide the label. Okay. Looks fine. This up a bit. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's also add an icon. So we were using the crown icon to indicate a decision maker. So let's add one like that here. Make it big. So the real magic of Canvas comes through, at least for me, with Canvas rules. So let's add one for this icon. So if someone is a decision maker, this icon will be shown. Okay, but by default, this will be hidden. And let's do the same for the background as well. So let me add the referral Canvas rule. So whenever the contact came through a referral, we will change the gradient and make it look something like this. Okay, so let's give this a name. Let's call it the webinar tile view, and we save it. So now when you go to contacts and you go to the tile view, you can choose the webinar tile view, and we just created this, and it looks, it's not very good, but it works for the 5 minutes that we spent building it. So we are done. As you can see, it's very easy to create the module view that you need with our module view builder. One thing to note is that a few options like reusable components and client script will not be available in the module view builder. We are working on providing those features soon. In our help documents related to Canvas, you'll find more information related to building these pages. We hope that you use these views for your different use cases and you let us know what worked, what didn't work, what you liked, what you didn't like, and so on. Moving on, let's take a look at the upgraded Canvas builder. As many of you know, every beautiful Canvas page was once an ugly duckling in the Canvas builder. We've added different options over time to make it easier to build and share Canvas pages. For example, we've added support for reusable components, style presets, sharing of templates across organizations, and so on in 2022 and early 2023. In July this year, we made a few more improvements in the Canvas builder. So let's look at them one by one. Let me quickly go to Canvas. So I already have one. Let's open it up. So first up, the tab component has been enhanced. We use the tab component when there is a lot of data that you want to pack into a small space. You can then use the tabs to bring up the data you need. Now, with the latest enhancement, you can easily configure the tab orientation. You can see this tool container here. This will contain the options. So personally, I like my tabs on the left. But if you want, you can also choose to have them on the bottom or on the right-hand side. We also have merge and split tab navigation. You can see that here. So if you choose merge, both the arrows for navigating the tabs will be on one end of the tab bar. Instead, if you choose split, the arrows are split with one arrow located at each end of the tab bar. You can now edit custom tab names right within the canvas by double-clicking, giving it a name, let's say all fields, and pressing enter. You don't have to go to the style tab for doing that. You can also quickly move the tab icons to the top or the left using the context menu. You get this menu when you right-click inside a tab. And let's move the icon to the top. And if you don't like it, you can always right-click and move it to the left. So we hope that with these updates, tab components can be quickly configured to suit your individual needs. The next update is my favorite. We've added the zoom functionality in Canvas. You can pinch zoom if you're using a trackpad or a touch-enabled device. If you're using a mouse, Command and the scroll wheel or Command and plus and minus keys will do the same. You can also pick one of the default zoom options available here. This is very useful for getting that pixel perfect alignment in your Canvas pages. So let's arrange these elements using zoom. Take the image, it's in here. Contact name looks fine. Font name, let's move it a bit here. Okay, I want this. Let's make this perfectly aligned. Great. The account name as well. Yep. So much better outcome and much easier to work with as well with the zoom functionality. Next, we've added a radius handler within Canvas. So you can see this handler here, the double-sided arrow. Just click and drag towards the center to increase the radius and move it towards the outside to reduce it. Again, like the tab component name change, this lets you do your work within Canvas without moving to the Style tab. As you can see, we've also added height width indicators for precise measurement. You can use this even when you're resizing a component. So all the people who love having their measurements straight, you now have indicators to help you out. The builder itself is now more visually appealing and easier to use. It's harder to see this without having the older version, but the icons and colors have been changed to make it prettier and more user-friendly. And in the Style tab, we've added tool containers. Previously, we had all these options sort of stacked on top of each other. With the addition of tool containers and the presence of highlighting when you hover over an option, it is much more easier to handle the Style tab now. Then we have the advanced color picker, which will now give you a live preview of the color you've chosen. So even before clicking done, you'll be able to see the effect of your changes. This doesn't just apply to color, it applies to all styling changes in Canvas. And this is very helpful for getting our work done quicker. The next update was something that I didn't really think much of when it was released, but now I use it all the time. So whenever you have to input values, you usually have to enter a number. Now you can drag to change the number. So let's look at this place, shadow. So when I hover over the right-hand side of an input, we get this double-headed arrow. We call this the quick slider. Just click and drag to the left to reduce it and drag it to the right to increase it. So for a shadow, it's likely that most of us don't have numbers in our heads. We operate by visual cues, and this option is very useful in those situations. That's a lot of small changes, so let's quickly run through them again. For the tab component, you can change its orientation. You can edit custom tab names in the canvas itself. You can change the orientation of the icons and tabs using the context menu. And you can decide whether you want the tab navigation to be merged or split. Next, we checked out the zoom functionality for pixel perfect arrangement. We also looked at radius handlers within the canvas for easily creating those beautiful curved edges. We've added height width indicators to quickly know the size of elements. We've refreshed the look and feel of the builder as a whole. And finally, you can drag to change input values, and style updates will happen instantly in the canvas. All these changes add up to a much better canvas building experience, and we hope you like them. Moving on to the next update for the day, Canvas is now supported in Sandboxes. Now, Canvas has a lot of options, but we were constantly receiving feedback like this one. Users did not want to touch the production environment for testing Canvas, which makes a lot of sense. You don't want to disrupt users, or there are access-related policy restrictions and so on. So to deal with situations like these, you can now build your Canvas pages in a CRM sandbox. For those of you who don't know, a sandbox is basically a test bed environment where you can play around, test, and break stuff without it affecting your live CRM's data or configuration. Once you've tested a configuration in the sandbox and you're confident that it will cause no issues, you can quickly deploy it from the sandbox to the production environment. So let's have a quick demo, and let's go to Sandbox and see where Canvas pops up. Now, when you create a sandbox, you can choose canvas in the configuration, so you can see it here. Of course, if you've selected all, canvas will be chosen by default. What this will do is that it'll ensure that your sandbox has all the canvas list views, record detail pages, reusable components, and so on. You can make changes to these existing pages or create completely new pages. And once satisfied and once they've been tested, you can deploy them to the production environment. So let's create a sample canvas page and deploy it. So I'll go to this Sandbox. Confused about whether you're in the production environment or the sandbox, we have this helpful tag. It will be available in literally all places. So let me go to Canvas. Okay, let's create a new list view page. Contacts. Table view, let's say. So since we want to look at deploying it, we'll just pick a template and go with it. When I said that it would be available in all places, it's available here as well. So you can know whether you're designing your canvas page in a sandbox or in the production environment by looking at this tag. Let's give this a name, webinar table view. Let's save it. Okay, it's saved. So now you can go to the contacts module within the sandbox and look at your design, look at how the data is arranged and so on. If you want to make changes, you can go back and you can make your changes, come back and see here. And once you're satisfied, you should go to the live environment, click on the sandbox, and you will see the change set list. So this is a list of all the changes that have happened to the sandbox from the time it's been created and the changes which have not been deployed yet. So as you can see, we have the table view that we've just created. I'll select that and click deploy changes to production. We have no conflicts of any sort, so it'll cause no issues. Let's create yes, proceed. Now, this will take a bit of time. And once it's been moved, we can go to the context module, quickly move to the table view and see if our newly created table view is available there and if it looks and works as expected. Okay, deployment complete. So contacts. Let's go table view. And we have the webinar table view here. And it's available. So we have this very useful button. If you're making a change to an existing page, you have a button called See Difference that allows you to compare the page in the production environment with the one in your sandbox. Once you've compared both and are happy with the changes, you can deploy the page to the production environment. With this support added, you can now safely create and test Canvas pages and quickly deploy them to the CRM for your users. The next update will save you a lot of work. Let's say that your company uses multiple CRM orgs because, I don't know, you have different departments, but you want the look and feel and user experience of the record detail pages and list views to be consistent across all orgs. Maybe you want to do it because you want the branding to be uniform, or you have users who frequently work across orgs and they want a consistent user experience. Previously, you would have had to create the same page from scratch in the new organization. But with our February 2023 update, sharing a Canvas template is as simple as this. So you just have to memorize this number. I'm just kidding. So this is an alphanumeric code that identifies a Canvas template. You can easily generate one, and it's valid for 7 days. Once generated, you can share it with whoever needs that page's design. That person will import your design using this key in their CRM org. So let's look at a quick demo. This is very simple to use. So let me quickly go to Canvas. Now let's say I want to share that beautiful list view that we saw before. I hover over it. I click Export Canvas. I click Export again, and we've generated a key. So I copy it, and then I share it via email or chat to the person who needs the design. Now that person needs to do the following. They need to go to this page in their CRM org, and they need to click here, click Import Canvas Template, pick a module. So let's go with the accounts module, and then paste the key here. Click Import, and the design will be carried over. But you'll have to manually add things like canvas rules, images, and so on. This is because at the end of the day, it's different CRM orgs with different data sets. So you can share the design over to the new org, and they'll be able to map their own fields, add their own canvas rules and images, and so on. So very easy canvas sharing is now possible. Let's quickly go here. You can have a maximum of 10 active exports at a time, and you can manage them by clicking here. So you can preview the design, or you can copy the key again and share it with multiple people if you wish, or you can delete the key depending on your needs. For example, if you've hit the limit of 10 export keys and you really need to export a new page, you can just delete one that has been used and it's no longer needed, and click Done. So let's quickly summarize what we've seen so far. We've added 3 new Canvas module view types. We've improved the Canvas builder with a lot of useful changes like zoom, quick slider, instant style change, and so on. Next, you can test your Canvas pages within the safe walls of a sandbox. And finally, you can export and import Canvas pages across CRM organizations. Okay, so all the hard work is done. Now it's playtime. Roadmap. What is in the Canvas team's pipeline right now? So first up is Canvas Form View. This is a much awaited feature, and when this drops, you'll be able to design not just the record detail page, as is the case now, but also the create, edit, and clone pages. So you can provide your users with a more standardized experience from the moment they enter a record to the moment they leave it. Now, the admins among you will point out that we have wizard views as well. You are right. And that's why the next item is Canvas Wizard View. Users love wizards for their functionality, and now you can change the way wizard pages look and are structured to make the experience even better. So 2 much awaited enhancements, and our team is building and testing them as we speak. With that, we've come to the end of my part in today's webinar. If you want more webinars like these on some other topic, do drop us an email at this address. Any feedback, positive or negative, is most welcome.